Welcome my friends, today's deck guide is titled the Triumphal Tribunal, and he truly is a completely different card as of the latest OTA balance patch. He is a huge winner out of the changes that were made, and so is Magik, featuring both of them very prominently here. Magik making it so much more fluid to be able to curve into the Iron Man on 5, hit the Onslaught, and then the Living Tribunal as our wombo combo. Ooh, it feels incredible to be able to throw those cards together because with this +3 on the Living Tribunal, because we are trying to key off of the Iron Man and then the Onslaught, it is a multiplicative addition to the power ceiling of the deck, and this deck just goes crazy. Now, it does have a lot, it requires a lot of high-end cards to be all compiled together, so we have consistency factors on being able to either energy cheat our way there through the Electro or the Wave, or being able to play Magik to extend the game. Magik also giving us the additional card draw, thinning the deck, gives us more consistency on finding our key combo pieces to be played together. Jubilee also feeds into the consistency, able to thin from the deck. If we get one of the big pulls dropping down to the Jubilee location, then we should be able to assemble the rest of the team behind them. This deck, with the Magik and the Jubilee combined, often only has one card left in the deck at the end of the game, and we are very reliably seeing all of the cards that we need to be able to complete the combo. And even if we miss them in the exact order that we need to be able to play them out, we do have fallbacks and redundancies to still be able to put up solid stat lines. If we miss on the Iron Man, then we go to the Devil Dinosaur. He's also able to put great stats, especially empowered by the Onslaught. If we miss the Onslaught, again, we drop back to the Devil Dinosaur because Iron Man, Devil Dinosaur, and Living Tribunal all together still an incredible stat line to be able to pressure our opponent. It's when we're missing the Living Tribunal that things get a little wonky because we go all the way down to the Omega Red. Yes, we could run Claw, yes, we could run Mr. Fantastic, but we're choosing just to run the Omega Red because I feel like running the Protector cards in Invisible Woman and Cosmo are just that important that we really need those guys. So Omega Red not doing nearly what Living Tribunal is in the deck, but still able to put a lot of pressure down to the opponent. If you're missing the Living Tribunal, that could often be a retreat for you anyway. Ant-Man just squeezes in as a 1-cost, and that's our deck. Cosmo gives us a little bit of control up against the opponent as well, and remember that you can use Magik to fix problematic locations in addition to creating turn 7, but often we like a claustrophobic board or locked out locations where we know that projecting the power via Omega Red or the Living Tribunal is going to be able to give us the advantage. Now, in the previous iteration of Living Tribunal, he was starting to gain a little bit of traction as a surprise tech card on the ranked ladder. Now, he just has the brute force to be able to roll into opponents. Honestly, from my testing of this deck, it is straight fire. My testing of this deck is telling me that he might be brought down to, say, a 6-8 or a 6-7. This could be one of the cards that people just hadn't hacked because it didn't seem interesting at 6-6, but he actually did have something there, and now this buff is going to make a lot of people play him, optimize the decks. I think that this is a great deck right here, and then he'll lose a little bit of power but still be in a good spot. We're looking at the Invisible Woman, Electro, Jubilee, and the Onslaught. With Mojo World here as well, we really need to be able to max out. All right, we're up against a Thanos deck. They're always going to have Reality Stone to be able to fix that location. What if we go Invisible Woman for the protection on Mojo World here? Pass. We can go Electro on 3. Ramp to Devil Dino, play the Onslaught, and then find the Living Tribunal. Mojo, sure. Ooh. Knock a card out of the hand here. Interesting, we might have to alter our plans. If Onslaught or Devil Dino is dropped to Sakar, a pivot may be in order, and then we're going to be looking to just win Sakar and White Hot Room with Mojo World being lost to it, so Jubilee will thin. That is going to get exciting. Okay, into the wave, sure. The Living Tribunal appears. We don't have the Iron Man yet. We need to be able to play one of our 6 drops. I'm going to go Onslaught. Only allowed a single card because of the Electro. Would really want to see Iron Man here. There's also a world where we play Magik to be able to dig in deep for that extra. We just found it. We just found it. Is the BMW? Is it BMW or Volkswagen? Isn't it nice when things just work? Blue Marvelous. Take all the energy you need because you will need it, my friend. You will need it. They have to fill Mojo World here. Could you imagine if they think that it's a bait and they just play into Sakar? Oh, no, all right, they fill it up. They fill it up, of course, of course. Spectrum Mass buffs. And then the Dazzler pops off. 26, 34, 11.
I am Iron Man.
It's a good stat line. It's certainly a good stat line for them. What is not enough, baby? 27 every single lane. That's the winning stat line. All right, guys, who is out here collecting out of the cash their Living Tribunal and feeling bummed out that you grabbed that as you were chasing Jean Grey? I know a lot of people were in that boat. This power change, I think, is going to make people who didn't get Living Tribunal out of the cash jealous that they didn't keep on chasing to be able to find the Triumphal Tribunal. All right, we have the protection again. We will definitely set that up nice and early. We have Tribunal, Devil D, Onslaught, or Iron Man. Both will be able to find good footing up against a bounce. Someone's struggling here. Struggling against the man. We hit the Iron Man. There's like no shot that we fill the Ant-Man location, but I think that I still do this. Ramp up, go straight to Iron Man, then play Tribunal, see what we draw, and we will either play Devil D or the Onslaught if we've drawn it. Kitty, you can keep on buffing and scaling as much as you want. I think the community was right on the money on predicting the Kitty Pride change. Starting out at 1-2 and then going +1 every time she's played. Honestly, I kind of like it. She was oppressive in her older form. And then the only deck that she really gets killed because she doesn't scale quite as much is the Shuri Kitty deck, which it's sad because that deck was fun and not too overpowered compared to the other versions of Bounce. So it's sad to see that that is a casualty of the change, but I think that it did bring Bounce into a healthier version overall. The opponent is snapping on us. My friend, the Space Throne is the exact kind of location that we want to see, a location where they can't possibly get much of a force on. Maybe you're more the Sarah version of the deck, actually, if you're going to run Mr. Fantastic. It's not created by anything, that's just native in the deck. We do have Magik here, but here comes Tribunal. Okay, so this is where we could make the decision of playing Magik to be able to get the additional card draw. Better odds of finding the Onslaught, but of course allowing the opponent to scale additionally as well. So I'm actually opting for just Living Tribunal, and then we'll go into Devil Dinosaur. If we top deck the Onslaught, fantastic. It's a 1-3, which is not bad. And then the fallback also is just not bad, so we're going for it. Hazel, you are not what I thought you were. It is a very different look at Bounce, bringing in the K. I remember back in the beta days, I was running a Kazar Bounce. No Onslaught. It will not be a true showing of our power. We probably lose mid. I feel like we win Space Throne, and then it's going to be pressure on left. The scaling on the Angela is looking pretty high. We'll see how they... Ooh. What is this deck, chat? Is anybody playing this? Gamora Kazar? Hypertension. I would have said they were a bot, but they were not making bot moves at all. They were always landing Kitty on the Angela, and they weren't just stacking the left lane. We win again.
Victory.
The Raft. If we could win the Raft... We could win the Raft. How good is that for us? It is pretty good, pretty good. I can... Interesting. I could choose... I'll try to break my brain around how it goes. I could play... Ant-Man. And then go like Wave, and then play Living Tribunal, and then play something else, and then be able to stack... Because the Living Tribunal doesn't have to be on the Iron Man stack. It's just because he's 9 power, he makes good sense to be there. I'm gonna try this. I know, it's... Maybe I shouldn't divert from my game plan, given that we've been just rocking opponents non-stop. But here it goes. What are we doing, Teddy? Teddy, what are you doing? You're throwing everything off. But if I win the raft, I feel amazing. If I then lose the raft, this is going to be... I think we're getting too creative. I'm already second guessing myself, but at this point, because we are so tightly... Alright. Because we're so tightly curved, it's impossible for us to change course. They're going to play Magik for us. I love that. Hello, Tribunal. I'm going to want to play Cosmo next, because Tribunal is in Shang-Chi range. That could be a place where maybe he doesn't actually get brought down to 8 power. The difference between 8 and 9, obviously 9 higher, especially when it's getting multiplied by the Iron Man, etc., etc. Ooh, Cosmo looking very good. All your gray card decks. Interesting. I am going to play the Cosmo, though. And then I'll throw Invis over here on the left, but all I want to do is play Iron Man on 6 and then Onslaught on 7. Or vice versa. I feel like I was saying something before, and now I've lost it. The difference between 8 and 9 power is about even, because you're either in Shang-Chi range or you're lending more power to your side. So it's very hard to say with how powerful Shang-Chi is and how popular he has always been. 8, I do believe the last time I checked, is the rarest power line in all of Snap, closely followed by 7.
I am Iron Man.
So you're like Mr. Negative that didn't find negative, I feel like. Now the problem is that he sees it coming a mile away. What do you guys think is the least aggressive to show? Do I just show Iron Man and then I show Onslaught later, or do I show Onslaught now? Because he's always going to have in the back of his mind thinking, oh, maybe he doesn't have the final piece of the Wombo combo. So which one is like least intimidating? I think showing Iron Man now is less intimidating. It also represents more power in case he had the Psycho plan of removing Limbo due to some like wild out there effect. There we go. There we go. Wrapping it all up. Yeah, like this does not look that scary. 10 power across all lanes. And then he's like, sure, whatever I play is now doubled. But then it's divided by 3, so he's like, I can work around that. I've got my own Iron Man to be able to super scale a single lane. I've got my Wong ready to pop off. You probably have, my guess is an Iron Heart combo. You're going to play Iron Heart to be able to distribute mass buffs. That plays very naturally in Mr. Negative. What else would you want to finish with? You got 2 extra energy. They had 9 energy and they weren't happy with their chances. Oh, wow. This deck is good. Alright, how can we do in an opening hand that doesn't hold any of our key cards? Great question. Let us see. I'll go Invisible Woman on the mystery location, no less. And then we might be fishing with the Jubilee to be able to find... Oh, there is the Living Tribunal. Okay, so we go Cosmo. I really wanted on 3 to be able to play an energy cheat. If we top deck Magik, I would love to be able to play Magik. If we get the Electro, we can still play Electro off curve and be happy. Same with Wave. We could play the Wave and then go into Living Tribunal. We don't have to have it on 3. We could have it on 4. The deck gives us at least that much flexibility. And they could have played Magik for us. But Cosmo said no. Alright. Well, I think I'll just slide up into Omega Red, play like Omega Red, Devil Dino, Living Tribunal. Because... Oh! Wow! Magik with the Phoenix Force. Now she could fly around? Amazing. Now I get an energy cheat. Yeah, sure. I think I go Devil Dino. Maybe I should have just played Devil Dino on left. I don't know. The nice thing is that with Machine World here, the opponent will likely at some point play into the location. and then that will fuel my hand size. And they won't know that I have Devil Dino, so they won't know that they're playing into the Devil Dino effect. Magik and Phoenix Force. Are you just running like a thematic Phoenix Force deck? No, you are. You're trying to be a serious Phoenix Force player. I respect that. I respect that. So Magik, as of the next patch, will be playable on turn 6. Just her on-reveal will not trigger. That'll give you a little bit more flexibility. Okay, so do I want Living Tribunal off on the side or over on this stack? I think I actually want it on the side. Now the opponent knows what they're up against. They do throw Reality Stone to undo it all. They thought they could be tricksy with us. I don't think they have enough to be able to win here, though. They're sitting with 7 on mid. Do I hear 7? Can I get a 7? I can. Can I get an 8? Oh, we can. Then we get the Tentacle Slap. Now, it's important to note, the Living Tribunal effect is it's a mask over the actual power of the location. So even if, say the opponent had played over here and then as everything is diverted, I was not ahead by 10 as of the Living Tribunal effect. Omega Red would still see it as being ahead. Does this make sense? As any of this getting through? So here we have Devil Dino, Invisible Woman, Omega Red, Devil Dino, and then you get the Living Tribunal effect happening last. So my understanding is, and you can check the pinned comments if I'm wrong, I'll post an update, that Omega Red will see the actual power. It's just like Iron Man will not double the effect of Living Tribunal. That's what I'm trying to key off of. Opponent just being too cute for their own good on that one. So here is the deck in all of its glory, guys. I'm worried about this one. It has hallmarks of the old Shuri meta, where it's just putting up insane out-tempo stat lines, and then it's able to freely run the control cards that just say nope to whatever the opponent is trying to use to stop them. Sure, there is Echo out there now, but she's not been acquired by very many in the community, and there also is Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who is not getting played in any decks whatsoever. So there technically are control cards that would be able to undo what is happening here. Living Tribunal is not ongoing. His effect would be canceled. I mean, if you get hit with the Echo, you cannot continue. If you get hit with the Negasonic Teenage Warhead, again, the combo is broken. So there are some things. It's just they're not widely adopted, and they are very niche in themselves. They won't do very well against other decks that are getting run, so it's going to be unlikely for opponents to want to pick those up. If you guys pick this deck up, I hope it earns you many cubes on your climb up to infinite. You have to let me know in the comments down below if you make any substitutions or optimizations. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.